James Hudson is here with me, guys. As you know, James just had his Kickstarter for the Grimm Forest come out. We were able to showcase that game on our show. It's still early. Congratulations on the great success
Thanks,
for the Grimm
it was
Forest.
fun.
The game was absolutely great and the success is well deserved. So. How are you feeling now that the Kickstarter campaign has ended, and now you're kind of in distribution and fulfillment and everything? How are you feeling with that?
So we're really excited. One of the main things we're really excited about is Tim was able to spend a whole lot of time refining the game all the way up until we got the file sent out.
Okay.
So the game, like the mechanics, probably even what you've played, the heart of it is still there. Like none of the major mechanics have changed, but just really fleshing out all those card interactions and making sure everything was really smooth, so that when people get the final product in front of them, there's very few questions. Everything kind of plays itself out. He had a couple ideas. There are a couple cards that get a little bit of a tweak, so there'll be a little bit of a surprise there when you get some stuff coming in. But all the cards are still all there. Really excited about that. And then I've got back to miniature molds back from overseas and like checking through those.
You guys reached a ton of all of your stretch.
Yeah.
So, and that included quite a few new cards and new molds that weren't even available with the prototype option. How did those come out?
They're
fabulous.
They're fantastic. I was nervous. This is my first miniatures game, so there was a process for me to learn as well. But I'm working with a company that's they're kind of holding my hand and bringing me along. And then my sculptor was also very experienced in building miniatures, which is one of the reasons I sought those people out. To kind of fill in the gaps where I didn't have knowledge. And so everything right now, everything's on schedule, which is my main goal.
That's excellent.
When I said December, I really wanted, if I put that on there, I wanted people to feel confident they would be able to get it for Christmas presents. I know that was a big reason for backing for a lot of people, so I'm hoping we can get, early if we can, but definitely still on schedule. And yeah, the molds and the miniatures are going to be awesome. They look great.
That's exciting. It's very exciting.
And it just adds to the world, as you're playing the game, you guys played it, it's sitting there, but you've got the dragon and the bridge troll, and people are playing their fables and you don't know which one's going to come out to which location. It just adds a lot to the game, so really looking forward to that.
I saw the Big Bad Wolf. I was really excited to see that miniature in particular.
Well, so over at the Skybound booth, we have a promo just for trade show goodness, but it's about 125 millimeter Big Bad Wolf. He's about this tall.
Very cool. I'm definitely gonna.
He's Cthulhu War size.
That's very cool.
He's awesome. Yeah.
So now that Grimm Forest what is next on James Hudson's plate?
Sure. So James Hudson / Druid City Games. We have our next game is going to be called Gaurdian's Call. It's a follow-up to a Barnyard Roundup, our first game. It's going to involve that bluffing mechanic, but it's grown up a lot. So where Barnyard was a way for me to connect with my son and other families, Guardian's Call is going to be a way for us gamers to really have fun bluffing each other, and it's very strategic. It's mid-weight filler type game, so it's not going to be a very long game. It's going to be like that 30, maybe 40 minutes if you have a big group. But a lot of fun. We've been play testing it here with the team that's helped me develop it, and it should be ready to go to Kickstarter sometime this fall.
Now, help me with the title. Guardian's Call is the follow-up to Barnyard Roundup.
Right.
Where does Guardian's Call fit?
Sure. So the theme of it is that we're getting ready to go to war. There's an impending army coming at us, and we're all warlords over our specific factions. So you might be the barbarian, I might be the priestess, and so we've got these 5 different types of characters that we're trying to get into our army, so we have the most prestige amongst our faction. And so that's why we're all kind of jockeying for position before the battle ensues, and then we go to war. As far as one time it's called Guardians Roundup, but for that just doesn't have the same ring.
So it's expansion, and it's really more mechanic-wise than thematic-wise. It's not like a continuation of the story. It's just a different, a new way to play with the mechanics.
Yeah, I would. Internally we call it Barnyard 2.0. But it's really what I wanted to do with the mechanic to begin with. But when we decided to go for a family-friendly thing, the mechanics need to be really, really streamlined and very simple. And they're not complicated, but they're definitely more strategic, and there's a lot more going on.
That's very cool.
And art's done again by Mr. Cudington and also Damien, who they both work together on Brass. So again, it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be beautiful.
Grams are, no doubt.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity when you joined us on the show to see your amazing shelter.
Yeah.
Now, your centerpiece you had put up as a contest prize. I believe it was the Lord of the Rings game at the time.
That's right.
So now that that's been part of the contest, what would you say is a game that you did not develop that was kind of your prize gem?
Well, I have the collection of all of the old Sherlock Consulting Detective cases. The old Gaslight box, the old Queen's, I think it's Queen's Mansion. In the mid-'80s is when they went through all those and put those out. And I love Consulting Detective. So I'm a little excited to see them revamp them and re-release them now that there was a new set that come out this year. But I'm also like, I don't want anyone else to, I've got this in my Grail, you're re-releasing my Grail. But yeah.
You're the one who's good. Mine's the original.
And actually, if anyone is watching this coming to Dice Tower, we are going to be running I think it's Thursday night. You'll have to check your schedule. But we're going to be hosting a case. So come in. Me and Doug we may or may not be in costume as Sherlock and Holmes. And we're going to be running a case for everybody who wants to come and sit through that.
That would be worth coming into Dice Tower Con. Above and beyond Dice Tower Con, an awesome place to be. Watching you guys dress up as Sherlock Holmes and hosting the
Well, I already kind of dress up like Sherlock, and that's kind of my gig anyway.
Is there going to be bubble pipe?
Yeah, and the hunter hat, I think is what they call it.
That's good. That'll be a good one.
The flaps.
Awesome. So this is my first time at Origins.
Okay.
Obviously, you have your stuff here. Tell me some of the stuff that I should make sure that I see while I'm here.
So the True Live, I think it's the real True Live dungeon that they have here is so cool. I think everyone who comes should absolutely do that. And then, just the atmosphere of how the two rooms are side by side with the exhibit hall and the play area. It has the feel of a Gen Con or, a Pro Spiel or whatever, like the bigger ones. But it's still you can maneuver through the halls. It's not super crowded. It's just a great place. I brought my son. He's 8. There's tons of stuff for him to do.
There's a bunch of kids here.
There's also, they have upstairs activities. So you buy a couple generics. They have a generic system. You buy a few generics. You go pay. I can drop him off for 2 or 3 hours. He has tons of activities that he can do while Dad has meetings and it's boring. This is central, and it's before the heavy season, so lots of designers and lots of publishers come into town, and that's what I'm doing. I'm meeting a lot of designers and playing prototypes and getting things ready for sale season. So there's a lot of publishers that have some of their big titles that they're go ahead and releasing now before Gen Con, before the big storm of Gen Con. So you can get your hands on some Baron Park. I got Baron Park and Cave to Cave from Mayfair. Some cool stuff like that. So yeah, it's just cons.
There's been a lot of really great evening activities. Nighters had a charity event last night. Have you attended any of the evening events?
I haven't, because I've got my 8-year-old with me, so he likes to go to bed at about 10. Makes it tough. But yeah, me too. Actually, it's been a great excuse for me not to have to go to any late night stuff. But we did go to the Renegade. Renegade had a nice play night at a board game cafe last night. And then the night before, Adam Clark with KickTrack and PledgeManager.com hosted. He's local here, and so he has a really sweet setup at his office/warehouse. Has vintage pinball machines. So
that's really cool.
It was a lot of fun.
That's nice knowing that you can come for the con, but even in addition to the con, that there are all the little kinds of events going on.
That's right.
So yesterday I put up on our Discord channel a call for anybody who had interview suggestions, interview question suggestions, and one question that came out that I thought was really interesting. They wanted to know, as a game designer, what is one of your favorite mechanics that you have not used in one of your games?
Favorite mechanics that I have not used. So I love rolling dice. Chucking dice is so much fun for me. I know there's a lot, we can split the camp, people that don't like the chance of dice, but when I'm trying to get things together and that sort of thing. So I've actually got a game that we're developing that'll be probably in line after Guardian's Call. That is worker placement / dice chunking. So think the weight of, say, like a Champions of Midgard type of game or Stone Age, but it's got a lot of fun stuff. So to kind of tie that question into something I'm working on, I'm not going to dodge my favorite mechanics. I want to use those in some of the games we develop. So
It's very well. Very well. Well, James, thank you very much for your
Thanks for having
time.
me.
I appreciate it. Is there anything else that you want to make sure that you let the world know before we bid adieu?
I mean, just play more games, you know? Get out there and play games and go invite somebody that you don't know to play a game with you. Let's expand our world.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.